Hi, Karen from Quantum Heart Awakening. Welcome to my new office. This is my first video in my new office. I'm so excited. Hopefully many more to come. Today we're going to drop in and do a twin flame reading. So I already pulled some cards. So the overall core focus that we will be centered around is this idea of compassion and synchronicity. Now it's being pushed into the shadows on a collective level is communication. Let me see if I could focus. There we go. So where are you pushing away your truth? Where are you pushing away your voice? Is there some sort of communication in your life that you have been putting off that has sort of felt like that thing that's kind of chasing you? Excuse me. Yeah, so we're just gonna, this is just the core message. I just wanted to get a little snapshot to see, where are we going? Okay, let's see now. Oh, it feels so good to have a routine again and have a space that's set up just for this. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Hold on, let me drop in. Where do we want to go? Okay. All right, masculine's on the left, feminine's on the right, and the union energy's down the center. Anything else for masculine, Spirit? Anything else for masculine? Okay, lots. Building blocks. I feel like masculines always get the same cards. And then unfinished symphony. Okay. All right, so, masculines are taking accountability, taking stock. We have a full moon this week, so there might be a lot of reflection so that we can close the loop on different things in our lives. We could surrender. We can release certain unfinished stories that are in the masculine collective. I'm getting a dual message here. So masculines, since I started on YouTube, which by the way, it's my happy 1 year anniversary. I think it was a couple days ago when I started on YouTube. And that just feels, I can't believe it's been a year already. Anyway, when I started on YouTube, the biggest message that the masculine collective was dealing with was always building and focusing on building a firm foundation. What do I need to do to build a legacy, to have longevity either in family, career, soul mission? And so it's really beautiful here to see that the masculine energy has a leg up, so to speak, because of all this accountability. Masculines, the deeper you go into your own path, the more you can clean up what is showing up on your side of the street, the more you will build this, the visual they're showing me is a staircase. It's like every time you take accountability for what's your stuff, it's like another building block and another building block and another building block. Hold on, let me see if I could focus. Sorry about that. Okay. And and then sooner or later you have enough of these and you've built a strong, firm foundation. Isn't that interesting? The thing that you've been wanting most and working the hardest towards, masculines, is the product or the fruit of all of your labor regarding accountability. So again, let's tie this back into that core shadow that we're all working with of communication. So, masculines, what part of accountability is rooted in communication, either what you have said or what you have not said? Sometimes, let me ask this in a different way. Where are you leaking power to unfinished stories? Boom, done. That's it. I'm not even going to say anymore. Okay, Spirit. And for feminines, what is the feminine energy working with? What do we need to know? What are the blocks? To be fair in reverse. Okay, so bringing balance to things, bringing justice to things. Something's out of whack, feminines. Okay, hold on. I just got a lot. I will take. So feminines get this a lot. We have this flexible card. So feminines, the feminine energy in its exalted state is so sacredly, beautifully, divinely has access to this flow state, right? The feminine energy is so deliciously able to go with the flow. They sit on their throne, they magnetize that which they desire to them without leaving their throne, without leaving the things that make them them, without compromising, without kowtowing to someone else's flavor of power. The feminine energy loves to move with the flow from her throne. Anything else? Oh, wait a second. My cards are all messed up. Okay. Yes. Round and round. Okay. Feminines. Two separate messages here. So, you know, you've all heard that concept regarding the spiritual path where we will continue to spiral around to the same circumstance, the same lesson, the same situation until we learn the lesson, right? You've heard that. So there's something, feminines, let me not tell you, let me ask you, are you blocking a cycle from either beginning or ending? Where are you shutting down movement? Because something wants to flow through your life, and by allowing yourself to remain fluid and flexible with what is showing up, it will bring all of this into balance. So the other way to look at this too is, where would you benefit from bringing a bit of temperance to your life, feminines? Okay. And for union energies. Can't make this up. I always get the soulmates and the union energies. I mean, like, it is what it is. You know, what do I say? Okay, we have co-create in reverse. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else for... Okay, anything else? Okay, I'm not taking all of these. That was half the deck. All right. We have co-create in the reverse and poised in the reverse. So, you know, it's something's not ready yet. Something is marinating, something, you know, it makes sense to me. While feminine and masculines are both taking accountability for what's showing up on their side of the street, it makes sense that in order to come into this, I was about to say last leg of the journey, you know, there is no last leg of the journey. Even beyond this lifetime, there may be many different versions of experience in life and lessons and things that are outside of our awareness, right? Anyway, something is not quite ready to come in. And, you know, I have to show it. Hold on. You know, this soulmates card, it's like one penguin is holding the key and the other penguin has this lock on their heart. You know, I can't tell if it's masculine or feminine. I'm not gonna make assumptions. We're just gonna flow with the energy right now. So it's not quite time yet to come into union. It's not quite time yet to co-create with your beloved. Both parties are not ready yet, right? Hold on. The ovoid of creation is not ready to hatch. That's the message. It's just that simple. And I noticed there's an egg in that co-create card. Yeah. And, okay. All right. I just giggle when the messages are so literal, especially in the union energy. I just realized this is not centered, whatever. So in the shadow position, that which is being pushed into the unconscious, that which we don't want to look at, is this concept of being able to cross the finish line. Feminines, masculine, what does that even conjure up in your hearts, minds, and bodies? When I say go the distance, when I say cross the finish line, what is your version of victory? This is a really wonderful journal prompt. What is your version of victory? Now, the quantum field really loves clarity. When you can ask for exactly what you want and be completely in resonance with that request, the quantum field will start vibrating that request, will start magnetizing that request to you. Now, the speed in which that request shows up in your life has completely, has only to do with you. Sorry, I'm being interrupted. Hold on. So this is where my energy anatomy stuff comes in. This is where Carolyn Mace, my core spiritual mentor, comes into play. So a big thing we're meant to do is to really vibrate and learn the laws, the mystical laws of the universe. What are the laws of the universe, and how can we come into a symbiotic relationship with these laws instead of trying to live against them or in dissonance with them? So in order to live in full alignment and resonance, you are being called to get your energy into present time. I'm not going to claim to take, I'm not going to take credit for that phrase. That's a Carolyn Myss phrase. To manage your power better, you have to get your energy into present time. Now, the speed at which your request to the quantum field comes in is completely up to you. It's up to how many attachments you have weighing down your soul. So one of my favorite things that she always says is the more weight, W.I.T.C.H, that you have in your energetic field, the longer you have to wait, W.A.I.T. I just love it. It's simple. It's a simple way to put a really complex concept. Now, what does that actually mean? So the more attachments you have on your energetic soul, meaning where are you attached? What causes you to lose power? Are you attached to a pain, a memory, a trauma, a old relationship, that person in 5th grade that bullied you, that really got under your skin and you carried that with you? You have to, at some point, yes, we have to honor and be kind to self and empathic and compassionate and all these good things. But at some point, after we did the honoring of the pain, honoring of the incident, taking accountability, vibrating that pain, we have to let it go. Because we have to understand that anything that we are plugging our circuits into, we are keeping alive. And anything we're keeping alive is draining our power. That's a really big, important thing. So I'm going to invite you to take accountability and maybe start jotting down, or give yourself, 7 minutes in the morning to journal. What are some things that make you lose your power? It just happened to me tonight. I noticed I was very reactive in a moment. And, in the moment I just did what I had to do. And then later I was like, whoa, why am I so rattled right now? Why do I feel like I just lost myself? I almost, not like I blacked out, but it's almost that feeling of the car is driving, but no one's behind the wheel. It feels a little bit like that. And it wasn't a huge deal. It was something minor, but it was big enough for me to recognize that I gave my power away to an idea of something. And immediately I had to call my spirit back to the present moment, right? Our goal is to get our energy in present time so that we can respond in present time and not respond from all of our baggage from the past or all of our worry from the future. Can we just respond in this moment with what is moving and flowing around us now? Okay, beautiful. Where do we want to go next, Spirit? Where should we go? I don't know. Let's see. You know what? I haven't used these cards in so long. These are my, where are they? Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. I could kind of feel the intensity of this full moon. I don't think it's an accident I was drawn to these cards, because this feels very much like a portal that we are, like an ascension portal that we're all being called to go through right now. All right, let's see. For masculines, for masculines, it was coming out whether I wanted it to or not. Star gathering, stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. Okay, so masculines. Masculines. So you have been on your hero's journey for so long. And when you're away from home for that long, it's okay and understandable if you've forgotten what home feels like, if you've forgotten the reference point for home in your body, specifically home in your heart, that feeling of acceptance, that feeling of unconditional love, that feeling of really remembering what soul safety feels like. Not just soul safety. They're showing me like a dog pile of family, like all the love, like a big family piled on a couch getting cozy under blankets. There's a very warm feeling that is waiting for you, that's accessible to you now, masculines, but you're being called to actually spend some time on your glorious trek home after your hero's journey, on your way back to the village, after you've slayed all of the dragons and, conquered the pieces of self that were holding you back. You are allowed on this trek back to start remembering home. Whatever that means for you, start recalling memories, start recalling loved ones, best friends, soul family that makes you come alive. One of my favorite lines about love is the job of the people that love us is to remind us of who we are when we have forgotten. And so, masculines, you had to become probably 100 different versions of self. You've had to conquer probably 100 different parts of self to overcome these obstacles, to conquer your hero's journey. And now you have again slayed the dragons, you've attained victory, and you are on your way back. Now, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a denser energy message here. Ooh, hold on. The other message is regarding a little bit of PTSD. Now, when people come from any sort of battle, war, any sort of like long-term adversity, that kind of arduous task of surviving, right? You had to learn to survive and lean on yourself in probably new ways that you've never been challenged to do before. It's understandable if you can't remember home. It's okay, masculines, if you're struggling to remember what it's like to feel warm and safe in your bodies, in your hearts, in your mind. So I'm going to invite you, masculines, to challenge yourself to try to think of one moment of warmth and compassion and beauty or empathy. I'm just saying all these things to see if something jogs your mind. But I'm going to challenge you to really start waking up these reference points for this profound love. It's okay if nothing shows up in your mind, body, spirit right away. But I'm just going to, knock on the door of your inner home to see what's alive right there. Okay, beautiful. Feminines, anything for feminines right now? We have Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experiences, Wisdom Transmission, Earth Intelligence. Ooh, feminines. Wow, that one took my breath away. And then what also came out is the Anunnaki Light Codes, Energetic Shift, New Information, End of a Cycle. Okay, it's very interesting that both of these cards, one talks about new information and one talks about wisdom transmission. So a big part and a big gift. All right, I don't know if this is true. I've never said this, but it's moving through me. Is that true? Sorry, I'm going through a human process right now of coming into relationship with divine wisdom, and it's already bringing me to tears a little bit. The masculine's hero's journey is very much a out in the world, external penetrating experience kind of hero's journey. The feminine hero's journey is still sitting on her throne. She doesn't have to leave her throne to learn these lessons. This is a very internal hero's journey. So the feminine hero's journey is actually this deep, deep, intimate, profound, alchemical intimacy with self, right? Taking radical, ruthless accountability for your love, for your power. Where have you given your power away? either mental, physical, spiritual, emotional? Where have you invested in others more than you've invested in yourself? I mean, I could tell you a million stories where that's happened, where I've crossed my own boundary or given when I didn't have much to give. You know, I gave when my gas tank was empty. It's a very common narrative in the feminine collective. So there's something really profound that let's just honor that the feminine and masculine energies are coming home after this profound hero's journey. And yes, it may look different, but of course it looks different, right? Of course it's ordinary that it would look different, because the masculine energy has to work on different qualities and gifts and traits, and the feminine energy has to also work on her their unique gifts. It's funny, I'm being interrupted and I'm like flooded with purple. I'm just seeing a lot of I'm just noticing all the purple in this reading as well. You know, again, the feminine gifts, the feminine hero's journey has a lot to do with intuition and intuitive gifts. So a lot of the clair gifts, claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience. There's a bunch of others. But again, feminine energy has been sitting on her throne, claiming that crown, becoming worthy of this crown, becoming worthy of... I was about to say mastery, but I stopped myself, even though that's what wanted to come through. So hold on. Okay. So just a heads up, feminines, and I don't normally get messages like this, but just a heads up. Yes. Congratulate yourselves. You have integrated and embodied now so much of this profound wisdom and earth intelligence. You've taken spiritual, energetic intelligence and transmuted all the blocks in the way of it entering your physical vessel, right? You went from experience to integration to now embodiment. Now you get to actually show up in the world and live this way as this new enlightened being. So take time to honor and celebrate yourself. Excuse me. However, heads up, another shift is on the way. So it's almost like feminines, you're tying up, I don't want to say the loose ends, but yeah, you're tying up loose ends of this wisdom. And the moment you do this, and it's not an accident that we have a full moon this week, I believe it's on Sunday, maybe 4 a.m. on the East Coast. I don't know if that's right, but that's what's in my brain right now. The moment you do this, this cycle will complete, and a new cycle, a new whole... The word they're telling me to use is chariot, but it doesn't make fully sense here. Let me lean in. An entire new chariot of information and wisdom is about to arrive on your doorstep. So don't be scared if you can kind of feel the end of your hero's journey. Don't be, sometimes like, let's just honor the human vessel for a moment. Let's have a human moment. When you're doing a lot of personal work, personal growth, transformational work, when you are really in the trenches of yourself, stepping into accountability and really looking at all your crap and trying to understand who you are and why you are the way you are and why your family is the way they are and, your friends and all these things, it can feel a little daunting. When things are calm. Whoops, sorry about that. It's like, feminines have been treading water in this kind of wisdom soup for so long that all of a sudden maybe the tide goes out and all of a sudden they realize they can stand. They could actually put their feet down and stand. And it feels so uncomfortable and awkward because the body is so used to sort of danger and treading water and learning how to navigate the rough terrain or the rough seas and the elements. It can be hard to ground in a moment of peace. So feminines, you are worthy of this peace. Part of your hero's journey is that you actually get to come home to self. you get to, after all of your hard work, you get to show up in a way where you feel at home in your vessel, where you embody this comfort, this peace, this kind of calm water. Really, really beautiful, feminines. Okay, and for collective spirit. Whoa, that just shot across the screen. Bear with me. Okay, solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire willpower. So yeah, it's not an accident that what's being called, okay, let me say it like this. We are being called to take accountability for all of our shadows, to actually cross the finish line of whatever we've been working on. When we do this, we will have a level of self-esteem that we've never achieved before, a level of self-confidence that we have never achieved before. Pay attention to any of the organs and body systems that are affected by the solar plexus. Okay, I'm not going to go into the whole energy anatomy of it. You can Google all of that stuff, but really pay attention to that part of your body, because there's this inner fire. It's like we're stoking the embers of our willpower. And when we can, what is willpower? Willpower is the actual ability to will your life force in whatever way you desire. To direct it is a better way to say that. To direct your life force in a way that is in alignment, where you can actually discern resonance and then, like a compass, navigate and take steps towards that intuition, wielding that wise discernment, almost like a sword or a machete through a thick jungle. Wow. Really, really great. Let's just, because I'm a glutton for punishment, let's just look at what's in the unconscious here. We have Order of Melchizedek. I don't know if I said that properly. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Okay. All right, because, sorry, my voice, did you hear that? My throat, let me take a sip of water. Hold on. My throat just shut down, which is interesting. I didn't get rid of it, which is interesting because we still have communication in the overall unconscious. So some of you feel like giving up. Let's just call it what it is. Let's honor it. Let's honor that. And I'm going to say something that might sound counterintuitive. What if there is nothing to fix in this moment? What if this feeling of wanting to give up is actually divinely placed on your path? What if there's nothing to do right now? Allow this feeling, allow this energy to flow through you, but don't hold on to it. Don't fall into despair. Don't attach yourself to it. Just honor that emotions come and go like the breeze. When we're outside in a beautiful field, we're not running around trying to capture the wind, are we? So why do we do it with emotional energy? It's such a funny thing, isn't it? All right, so let's honor that some of you want to give up. However, wow, okay, I'm getting a whole all right, okay, I hear you, Spirit. Some of you, this giving up, some of you are supposed to give up. That's the message that's coming through. Some of you are actually at this being called to walk through this portal to literally complete the cycle so that you can receive this next mission. If you feel like giving up and you feel like you can no longer go further with this current thing in your life, maybe that's true. Maybe that's because your intuition is screaming at you saying, yes, you are right, but you're so used to working towards that thing that it feels counterintuitive to give up on it. It's just so obvious and it's so funny. It's like the moment you give up, your next mission will be uncovered. So don't be scared. Don't be scared about that. And don't for a second think that all of your hard work has been wasted. That's another fear. That's another sometimes reason why we hold on to our journey so tightly. God, do I keep going? I feel like this is such a good reading. Spirit, where else are we going? Where else are we going? Let's get some animal cards. I haven't used these in a while. This is a lovely reading. I like the pace of it. I like the wisdom in it. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. All right, Spirit, anything else? Anything else before we close? Oh, we have Rabbit Spirit. Now is a lucky time. I mean, the full moon. The full moon is around the corner. What is it? What are we, what do you want to let go of? What do you want to release? What do you want to surrender? Anything else? Okay, we have Reclaim Your Power. That's actually, and it's a 44 card. We just started the reading talking about this. What causes you to lose power? Remember, I had the journal prompt in the beginning. Start paying attention to that. Now, let me give you a little bit more coaching on that. When I ask the question, what causes you to lose power? You're probably thinking, well, what does that look like? How do I recognize when I lose power? So another way to recognize it, it's when anytime you're pulled off your center, anytime where you feel rattled. Like, for instance, the other night I was backing out of my driveway and there was somebody walking that I did not see at all. And I almost had a heart attack that I almost hit them. And I'm like, oh my God, when your heart, you can feel your heart in your throat and just pounding because you're just, oh my God, like that could have been so bad. I lost my power in that moment. Now that's like a normal, that's not like a problematic. That's like we had an emotionally heightened experience and that, makes sense. However, if I continued to ruminate on that, that would then cause me to lose power. Do you have a boss that you're very intimidated by? Anytime they walk in the room, you start to get nervous or you get a pit in your stomach. You're draining power to this person for some reason. Now, I can send you down the rabbit hole of excavating the why are you losing power? Like maybe they remind you of like an abusive partner or, whatever it looks like. I'm not even asking you to do that. Don't even go that far. I mean, if you're skilled and you can ground yourself as you do it, sure. I can't stop you because I know a lot of you seekers are gluttons for punishment just like me, and you can't not look. You can't not turn over the stone of your psyche and try to understand yourself a little bit more. But again, check in with self. Is it the next kindest thing you can do for self? If you're already dysregulated, don't take more on your plate. That's really important. I hope you guys really understand the importance of that. And I know, so when I was in the trenches of my own crap, I always took on more because in my traumatized brain, I was like, oh, the deeper I go, the more I can understand self, the faster I will get through it. Poor Karen who thought that. Because honestly, I just kept re-traumatizing myself over and over and over again, trying to put so much weight on myself when I wasn't ready yet, when I wasn't grounded enough, when I wasn't regulated enough to actually hear what I was learning, to understand, to be present with, to have compassion. So highly recommend to only go at your own pace. Oh, you know what's interesting? Did I not talk about this card? That's really funny. We have Stag Spirit. We have Take the Lead. So, okay, now they're telling me to talk about parenting self. So by taking the lead in your own life and taking accountability of your energy, loving yourself enough to know that you're allowed to feel safe and comfortable. You are allowed to make other people uncomfortable going after what you need. You're allowed to make other people uncomfortable while enforcing your own boundaries. Sorry, it's trying to come out, but it's not coming out. This is really important because a lot of us recovering people pleasers or empaths, this is really hard to do. Can you love yourself enough to take up enough space to go at your own pace so that you can access your wise discernment, not someone else's, not what would be good for them or for the team or for your boss or for this project, but what is good for you in this moment. Until your cup is filled all the way, you can't possibly give of yourself in a quality manner, right? So fill your cup first. It's okay if you might listen. I was trying to say it nice, but let's just say it. The more sovereign you become, the more people you're going to piss off. It's just how it goes. The greater love you have in your heart, the more you step into the light, that will illuminate everyone else's shadows, everyone else's stuff that they don't want to look at. You then become a mirror for everyone and everything around you. Now, what they see in the mirror that is you is not your business. That is their business. That is their work. So your work then becomes taking accountability again for your own power. Where are you leaking power? Where are you walking on eggshells? Where are you putting someone else's needs before your own comfort and safety? And then in the unconscious position, we have see the big picture, giraffe spirit. You know, giraffes have those beautiful, beautiful long necks, and they could see kind of a bird's eye view all the time. So you're being called to remember to see the big picture. Take a step back, zoom out and say, okay, what would be the 20,000 foot view of this circumstance? Or another way to say that is, will this matter to me in 5 years? Will this matter to me in 5 minutes, you know? Okay, I'm just going to end on twin flame cards because why not? Anything else, Spirit? Anything else you want to share with us? This was a wonderful reading. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you for being with us and continually guiding us every step of the way. Oh my God. You guys, I can't. We have 1111, Take Me Home, Pathway to True Love. I'm going to leave it there. I got to leave it there. I mean, come on. Total union, you know, total inner and outer union. Beautiful. Thank you so much for being with me in my new office. More to come. Maybe I'll give you guys a tour when it's all done. It's kind of a mess right now because I had to set up this beautiful video. Thank you for being with me. I really missed you guys. I hope this was supportive, and I'll see you in the next one.